Okay, I am testing this broadcast, and I realized why my stupid Periscope keeps screwing up. And that is because I have my Wi-Fi and my, my 4G network. And that's why it was horrible. Oh my God, I've been messing with this the whole time. I have a headache from messing with my Periscope. It's so funny. I was trying to install it onto my iPad. Is this not so funny? I'm trying to install it onto my iPad because I didn't understand why my phone was so glitchy. And it's because the Wi-Fi connection was making it glitchy. It's still glitchy, but it's not as bad as before. Hi, guys. I feel like a technological idiot when I just had to shut off my Wi-Fi. Thanks. Oh my God, I hate technology. Thanks. I was so in the matrix because I was like, still glitchy. Yeah, I was, oops. I messed up. Wait, get back. Okay. So, it's still glitchy, but it's not as bad as before. So, I'm just checking. Yeah. So, this is just me. Stress elevates glucose. Exactly. And so, I was trying to explain in the last video, hearts. I was trying to explain in the last video. Oh my God, call me the Oracle. Oh, I'm stressed out. That's what I am now. K-Lots? Okay. Better be at the gym. I'm actually going to the LA sports show tomorrow. So I'm going to be doing Periscopes all day long tomorrow there. Okay, guys. Yeah, okay. So I want to end this Periscope properly because the last one sucked so bad. I know you guys can see me now. But it's like I love Periscope and I didn't understand why the broadcast was so bad. And I realized because I can't have Wi-Fi on, I have to use my phone service. Okay, I don't know what Pika is, so you're going to have to explain that. It's a Q&A. Thanks. I don't feel pretty. I feel pretty stressed out. That's what I am. I'm pretty stressed out. You're so dependent on technology, so when it goes wrong, I'm like, how am I going to do Periscopes? But now I figured it out, even though I was downloading it onto my iPad. Okay. Yes, I'm married to my invisible man. Okay. Okay, guys, so let me do this real quick about glucose and pistachios. No. Yeah, it's a Q&A because clearly I'm testing my Periscope right now. Don't forget to pound out the hearts. Good blood glucose. Yeah. No, your insulin is low if your glucose is low. Blink. Come on, the one who's like, show up your butt so I can delete you, block your ass. Okay, so cashews. All right, so let's talk about the last subject. I was trying to, yes, you should eat the grease. Okay, so I'm going to go back into why people gain weight with insulin. It doesn't matter if you're doing keto or paleo. I don't care what diet you're on. You're not going to lose weight without losing muscle. So the scale is subjective. Yes, you can eat the bacon grease. Please do. So let's talk about why people lose weight, gain weight, and weight, I mean body fat percentage without being catabolic. No, it's not because they're eating fatty crap. That's what you're supposed to do. All right, so people, here's the issue. The last Periscope, I was asking you guys if you understood insulin. I'm talking about diet right now, so you might want to join somebody else's Periscope. Yeah, Precision Extra is probably the most credible. So glucose equals fat storage. It doesn't matter how hard you do cardio. It doesn't matter how much you lift. It doesn't matter how much you diet. It doesn't matter how much you self-deprive. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how much you try to, yes, it doesn't matter what you do to lose weight. If your insulin is high, you cannot lose fat weight. Now, you might lose a hell of a lot of muscle, but I used to be a pro skateboarder, actually. Somewhere on the wall over there is me doing pro skateboarding back there. So I used to be pro, so if that's what you mean. Okay, so insulin, blood glucose, two different things. Yes. No, yes. Insulin and blood glucose are two different things, but they work together. So I'm just going to explain this really, really quick. When your glucose is high, abnormally high, you're going to have abnormally high levels of insulin. And insulin is a storage hormone. So it makes, it can store amino acids within the muscle cells, but it can also primarily put glucose into your fat cells as triglycerides and make you fat and make your fat cells divide. So the problem is when people go on keto and they start noticing, thank you for the hearts, by the way, they start noticing a lot of a lot of weight loss in the beginning. No, it's a bad thing it's just a bad thing. I'm going to explain why working out fasted is a bad idea in a second. So the problem is that we live our entire lives eating too many carbohydrates. So we can only manage 5 grams, which is a teaspoon. And so once you start calibrating insulin past that 5 grams, the pancreas doesn't know how to do the math. So it just dumps insulin into the bloodstream, and then you begin to store. No isometric planks in the evening. It's the parasympathetic part of your day, not the sympathetic. We need to work out. So hold on. Let me just finish this whole thing about insulin so you guys can understand why some people get super ripped and why some people have metabolic damage and they just keep storing fat. So the problem is that a lot of you guys will drop your carbs, you don't eat enough fat in the bloodstream, right? Because the pineal gland, the middle of the brain, it has sensories. It can sense what's in the blood and when to push forward and when to push back on certain hormones. So you have this pancreatic release of insulin when you have over that 5 grams to get it out of the bloodstream because glucose is glycating, which means it damages cells of the body. It's like sticky, right? If you drop orange juice on the floor or soda on the floor, it sticks to things and it damages things. It actually crystallizes the cells and makes the cells become glued together, which damages cells. So we have to have insulin to get glucose out of the bloodstream so we don't die, essentially, because that's why diabetics get sick. That's why people have high glucose numbers, because their pancreas isn't working so well, becomes sluggish, or their insulin receptors become damaged, and then glucose just rises and rises and rises. No, it's not that your insulin is high at 80, not at all. It just means that you're not in fat burning mode, right? So what's dangerous is when you start getting into high 90s on keto. Not dangerous. It's over 100. Right? So over 100 or 5.2 millimolars for those who measure glucose in millimolars. That is not good. It's really bad because that's high glycemic. So this is a Periscope about obviously trying to use ketones instead of glucose because glucose is glycating. If we can use ketones, then your adrenal issues, your polycystic ovarian syndrome, your low testosterone, your DHT, your gut issues, your leaky gut, your depression, your mood swing, all that stuff balances out when you use a ketone body. So to use a ketone body, you've got to get your glucose down. If your glucose is down, then your insulin is down, and then you can start to break down fatty acids and convert them into BHBs and ketone bodies to get into the Krebs cycle or the Cori cycle to be alive. So this is the whole insulin thing. Yes, it's not that glucose produces insulin, it's just a chain reaction. So if you have blood sugar, then the pancreas must release insulin to get it out because it's toxic to the bloodstream over 5 grams, which is a teaspoon. So that's why it makes more sense to use ketone bodies because they don't burn real high and then burn out, and they don't glycate. They're very, very even. Yeah, so if you're using millimolars to test your blood sugar, it has to be under 4.4 for fat breakdown to begin to start. Under 4.4, which means that's going to drop your insulin under 7. I didn't see that. I'm so glad it's working. Yes. Okay. Yes, don't exceed 5 grams of carbohydrate from cruciferous vegetables per meal. That's right. You guys are getting it now. I'm so glad that, okay, you're glad that this is working. Okay, great. So do you guys now start to understand, don't forget to pound out the heart. Do you guys start to understand now why some people are gaining weight on keto? There's so much fiber in flax. You know, it's one of those types of very fatty, very fibrous, doesn't have a high glucose response at all. Coconut flour is that's one of those be careful ones, right? So I would count the total carbs and not the net carbs in coconut flour. I don't check my glucose numbers anymore because I've been doing this almost 7 years, so I'm good. Yeah. So, the last 2 periscopes the last couple days have been so bad. I'm so glad to get this. I lift heavy as shit as well. Ketone bodies. I think you don't understand how ketone bodies work and they work really amazing. You're not using glucose anymore as a bodybuilder. You're using ketone bodies, and they make you better, stronger, faster, smarter. I don't think that coconut flour has any problem with people who've got leaky gut. It just might. Well, the indirect thing would be having a histamine intolerance that you develop from leaky gut. So you might have you can use this with bentonite clay, yes. But, I mean, I don't think it's going to, it might help a little. It's not going to help a lot. So the guy who's lifting, you have to learn about how a ketone body is used within the Krebs cycle to understand. No, chickpeas, no. Yes, there's a certain point you have to drop your fat to actually access body fat. Yes, in the morning and 2 hours after a meal. You trying to make a love connection? I'm an old motherfucker, so if age is a number to you. Garbanzo beans and chickpeas, absolutely not. So those would spike your glucose. And like we said, we're trying to lower glucose so we can create fat breakdown, lipolysis. We want to have fatty acids being broken down. This is about the body. This is about the human body. Short list of vegetables is just cruciferous. And cruciferous means fibrous vegetables, which is going to slow down the rate at which the low amount of carbs can hit the bloodstream. You're fine if you're 85 after a meal. That's a good number. 77 before 85, that's perfect. Bink. As long as it drops before you go to sleep. Because white vinegar spikes your blood glucose. Next question. Woo! Is 8, what? I don't get this number. 8/16, whatever. It can have you. It can create heartburn if you have low HCl levels. Correct. When your stomach acids are too low and they can't digest the fats properly, you might have a heartburn effect. Yes, but this is a digestive issue. And somebody asked, like, how do you know if you're in ketosis? I'll answer that. I don't eat chicken breast anymore. If I'm at a restaurant occasionally, miss the wheat toast in the morning. Heart palpitations come from typically either iron deficiency, potassium deficiency, or from suppressed progesterone. The hiccups? What the hell are these questions? I don't know. Gallstones. Okay, that's a good. You do a flush, right? You have to poop for an entire week, and the stones will come out. Don't intermittent fast. Because it depends what kind of dancing. You have to take breaks. So don't intermittent fast, because remember, if you are fasting and you're not fat adapted, you're not in ketosis or highly keto adapted, it's going to put stress on your adrenal glands to produce more. It's not just, there's a couple reasons, there's many reasons why people get hiccups, and the doctors cannot conclusively say it's this one reason. No trampoline, salsa dancing, take breaks in the beginning. I just say in the first 4 weeks, just lay off a little bit and don't get your heart rate too high, especially at night. You damn right, I'm the doctor of life. Boom. No, I'm not a PhD. I'm just Steph the business. That's all. Okay. It can be, but you have to do things intermittently so you don't have too much adrenal stress. We don't want cortisol, because cortisol is going to raise your blood glucose, and that's going to compete with ketones. So that's why we lay off of aerobic exercise in the first 4 weeks of your keto adaptation and stick with more resistance training or thank you, I appreciate it. No, if you mush them out. 16 hours fasting, then eat keto for 8 hours. No, please don't do that. I don't know why you guys fast. I do not get it. You have to always break the fast. No, I think you should redesign your thinking to not crave crunchy things. The crunchiest thing that I eat is coconut flesh or coconut meat. And that is so brilliant. Who said that? What's up, Tina? Tell him. Girl, tell him. I love it. Yes, fried avocado. Just don't have high heat. Cortisol. Oh, cortisol is a stress hormone from your adrenal glands that catabolizes, break down the body. That's right. Darn it. Yes, you might have issues with cruciferous or your gut. So some people got leaky gut, can't handle raw cruciferous because there's so much soluble fiber in it. Tahini, no. No, double bicep pose. No. Hey, tomorrow I'm going to the LA Fitness show, so then I'll show a lot of girls who are on shite, and I'll have them do double bicep pose for you tomorrow. As long as it doesn't spike your blood pressure. I'm going to block the troll. I know you should. I'll block the trolls. I got to be fast on it, though. Diaphragmatic. In the nose, out of the mouth, deep breath from the diaphragm. I think you should not be craving food. There's something, you're not fat adapted if you're craving, because I'm not craving stuff. Huh? What? Oh my gosh, they're all coming in fast now. I will write my recipe book soon, and Keto for Life, and I missed like the 2 ones in the middle. As long as you don't say pervy things, I won't block you. Hearts! Pound out the hearts! You know what's really more important is not a recipe book. It's a keto guidebook. Like a real one, because the books out there don't answer all the little questions that you guys are asking me. So think about the Periscope. I had something like the last one, I had something like 100 and something questions. And so that's a lot of questions that aren't answered. and on Facebook groups and on message boards or anything online, you guys aren't getting the information. And sometimes I feel like I'm repeating myself because I just know this stuff so well. Oh man, get that off the screen. Ah. Darn it, all day tomorrow. Yes. It's all fat gain. When you finally highly keto adapt, then you can access. I don't. It's not the same amount of fat. That's the problem with tahini. Yeah, a keto guidebook that would include everything like macros and metabolic damage, to how you order out, to how you travel, to how you prepare your meals, and to thinking about things like, how do you de-stress, how to get your cortisol down, how to get your adrenal stuff function. These are malabsorptive. I'm getting glitches again in this darn thing. You guys have any more questions here? Looks like this is it. This was just a test anyway because my last Periscope sucked balls so bad, and now it's a lot better because I figured out the problem. It's just my life. That's all. If you guys don't have anything more to ask that actually has something to do with the human body and how to make it optimal and how to be like super high functioning epigenetic machine, then I'm going to go. I'm on Facebook. Go to Stephanie, the business person with quotations. If it's really bubbly, then he might be either losing protein or his glucose might be too high. So you might want to check his blood glucose, get his blood glucose checked to make sure. Any last questions, guys, before I get out of here? Yeah, no? Pound out the heart one more time, guys. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Let's raise the ranking so I can continue to block trolls. I'm saving that for a document. Link. Yes. It's frozen. Not on my end. It's still going. Anyone else have a frozen? Am I back? Am I back? Are you the pretty lime green hearts? Thank you so much. Okay, and you get the green hearts. Thank you so much. I try to be upbeat. And you have to check the glucose or the proteins. And I'm trying to be upbeat. Yes, got to get that estrogen, and actually you need to just get your progesterone up higher. I don't know what the problem is. I'm feeling good. There's little glitches in this Periscope, but it's still working. Thank you for the poo-poo hearts. Thank you so much. Thanks. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. I appreciate you chiming in one more time. I know maybe my Periscope needs an update. You lost 28 pounds. Cool. There's no post-workout drink on keto, just some water. Big hips and thighs really shows estrogen. Bubbles in the pee means either a loss of protein or too high glucose, so it's one of the two. You can go get it checked out a doctor, for a protein loss or to see if his glucose is too high. There is no after workout. Some of you guys are repeating the same questions. You know you're fat adapted because you're not hungry and you have energy all day long. Your sleep improves. And you have mental clarity. I don't know if it's Periscope, but some of these questions are asked like 5 times in a row. Like, what's my post-workout drink? So I think there are glitches. It's Friday night. I think I should relax. And I need to relax too. So pound out the hearts, guys. It's time for me to go. Bye, guys. Peace out. Bye. So I'll answer these questions next time. But thank you. Bye. Water. Water. Peace out. Darn it.